So now we move on to, honestly, my favorite of the three. Might be a controversial thing to say, but this is one that I really, really have a lot of fond memories with. Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. So Hunter just lives with the dragons now?
Stop her!
Also, another question. Were they really able to steal all those eggs in one go?
We managed to capture the eggs, Your Highness. Every last one.
Excellent. Maybe you will amount to something after all. Now go guard the tunnels. Stop anyone from coming through.
So why would you leave the path open? That seems like a big mistake. Maybe because they thought the adult dragons wouldn't follow them? I guess.
Where are the eggs?
The holes came out on the other side of the dragon worlds. We found some of the eggs, but they were too heavy to carry back.
The other side of the world?
The Forgotten Realms. Spyro, you'll have to go. Nobody else can fit down the holes.
Yeah, come on, let's go!
Find the eggs and bring them back, Spyro. You're our only chance.
You got it! Yeah.
Okay, so this realm is known as Sunrise Spring. And this is my theory of this was supposed to be in Spyro 2, but because they ran out of time, they didn't have a spring realm. Yep. So, yeah, about this game, the reason why I have a lot of fond memories of it is I was able to rent it a lot from my local video game rental store. Yes, those back when those were a thing. And this was the game I would constantly get. One and another game that we'll get to at a later time. Also, I love the dialogue that the character has, the abductor. And the dragons have some adorable animations when they hatch. Which, question, if they were all going to hatch, then you know what? I'm not going to question the logic of a game. As if we don't know that by now.
You're the one in charge of rescuing the eggs, huh? How sad. Look here, dragon. If you know what's good for you, you'll turn around and crawl back into that hole you came through. Those eggs belong to us now, and I've hidden them in places you'll never find in 1,000 years. Besides, even if you could find any eggs, our expertly trained armies would hunt you down and take them back. Do I make myself clear? If I find you here again, I am going to be very angry, and you won't like me when I'm angry.
What are you, the Incredible Hulk? Can't find it in 1,000 years, huh? There was one just sitting right here. I highly doubt that. I don't know. I always love making fun of campy villains. Oh, look who it is. Because of course.
Spyro! My, how funny to see you here. Why, I haven't seen you since we defeated Ripto in Avalar.
What do you mean, we?
My business went into a slump after you left, so I came here and struck up a nice deal with the local sorceress. Lovely woman she is. Seems to be very fond of dragons, too. The sorceress has asked me to guard Sheila the kangaroo. I suppose if you had a bit more money, I'd be willing to let her escape. Then you could keep her for a pet or something.
Also, yes. What do you mean, we? No, wait. Let me do that better. What do you mean, we? SpongeBob.
Yo, Spyro! I just found one of those portal thing-in-the-jigs that leads to a different world, but you'll have to glide to get across to it. Press the
As if we don't know how to do that by now.
I saw something shiny in that cave over there.
Shiny!
Let's go check it out.
Shiny!
Right there by Hub.
I like shiny!
Oh, I almost forgot. I found this egg.
See, this I understand. Coltrane? Like John Coltrane?
There's definitely something shiny at the bottom of this hole. I was about to jump down there, but now I think I hear running water. I hate to get wet. It's a cat thing.
This is a
Thanks for saying stating the obvious, Zoe. What is it with fairies and stating the obvious in video games? There's a trend here. I'm looking at you, Navi. Me. Okay, so there's a little secret in this level that requires the Superfly power-up. You get it, and head up to where that egg was. But as soon as you do, make a sharp left. And don't fail like I did. But yeah, as you can see, there's an extra life up there. We don't necessarily need it, but yeah, that's where that is. Also, Hunter, you hate to get wet, huh? So, what were you doing in Aquaria Towers in the last game? Yeah, just throwing that out there.
Dinner party at the Tiki Lodge, and the portal to my home just stopped working. Maybe the portal will reactivate after a few more dragons hatch.
I'll get right on that, mate. You leave that to me. Liam Neeson? I know I'm running out of references.
The bottom of this lake. at it, but I don't want to get my fur.
As if we don't know. Now, imagine my surprise when I jumped from Spyro 1 to Spyro 3. Yes, I never played Spyro 2 until much later in my lifetime. So seeing that Spyro could actually swim blew my freaking mind. Because he couldn't in the first game. My name's Bruce. So yes, this introduces another new concept. Sparks the Dragonfly has his own levels now. However, you can't do them until you defeat the boss of the realm. So, we'll move on for now.
Here I was, about to go for a nice swim at Shell Beach, when my portal just up and disappears right in front of me. If you go find some more of those dragon eggs, I bet this portal would start working again.
Being able to leave in the middle of a conversation reminds me of Assassin's Creed. How you were able to just wander around through the entire conversation. It's like Altair has ADD and ADHD. He can't just sit still. And I'm like, how do you carry on a conversation like that? And 20 eggs needed for this portal. Oh yeah, I know where these are. Derp. Okay, so once you collect all the gems in the area, as I was saying, after you're done collecting the gems in the area, it's in your best interest to free Sheila.
Getting paid a fortune to keep Sheila. Don't worry, Spyro. Sheila won't stay in jail forever. Sorceress is thinking about having her executed next Thursday.
For what? Defiance?
I'm getting paid a... Ah, Spyro, I love your sweet naivete. Your kind-hearted nature might be your downfall someday, but... I hope you appreciate this favor I'm doing in letting you out.
That's good of you, mate. No hard feelings, eh?
Right. After all, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
Could it happen to a nicer guy?
Maybe one of them dragons then.
Yeah, name's Spyro.
Never thought I'd see one. You dragons used to rule this entire world, you know? Then all of a sudden you left. Poof.
Dragons used to live here?
Didn't you know? They say it was over 1,000 years ago, I think.
And they just left?
Yeah, and the weird thing is, after they left, all the magic in the world just sort of went with them. I mean, they say this world used to have magic coming out of the wazoo. Flying ships, singing forests, wishing stones, you name it. But when the dragons left, it all just dried up.
Is that why some of the portals don't work?
Yeah, they're starting to fade out too, one by one. Well, I gotta get back home and do some damage control. Come visit anytime you like.
So after you free the special guest characters, you have to complete their realm, well, their world. Otherwise, you cannot use them. So it's in your best interest to do it as soon as you can.
Thanks again, Spyro. Now I have to find out what that nasty sorceress has done to my home while I was locked up.
Hiya, Sheila. While you were gone, a bunch of Rhinox kicked us out of our houses. It's okay, though. Bobby, Pete, and I are working on a clever plan to take them back.
He's a goat and his name is Billy. Well, that's highly original.
Follow Bobby and Pete up there using your air hop. It's easy.
And the triple jump. That's one thing that's neat about Sheila. She has triple jump abilities. She can also kick, and like Spyro, she can do a bash as well. It's kind of neat. I get that they were kind of, you know, grasping at straws by the time. I get that they're kind of grasping at straws after the second game, but, you know, it's neat.
Really steep cliffs like this one with your top.
And her being a kangaroo, of course she can jump really high. Don't mess with marsupials, trust me.
Home at last. Here, I was saving this to make an omelette, but I think you deserve it more.
Ruby. I've got nothing. It was funnier when they made goat noises.
Last time we tried to get past this moose, he knocked Billy clean through a wall. If you don't mind, we'll just hang out here while you give him a good kicking.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing about this. All the characters now react whenever you hit them.
This next guy is a wuss. You go ahead and take him out.
And I like the idea of the guest characters. Like I said, it adds a bit more depth to characters that some of them desperately needed something. But this game also does the thing where if you don't have this character, you actually can't complete certain realms.
Don't worry, I'll just keep kicking this rock until it breaks.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Let's play a joke. Take this egg and smash it on Billy's house, okay? I need to get him back for the last time he butted me off the cliff.
That's a little tough to get, but they were actually doing the chicken dance. They were just playing the wrong song.
Those Rhinox have taken over. There'll be no stopping them unless we can smash their huts. They're too big to smash with your kick attack, though. Try using your stomp attack to smash them instead. I'll confuse the Rhinox. You'll remember how to stomp.
Yeah, because definitely respawning enemies make all the sense in the world. Hey. I'm not really sure what to also make of Sheila, because she's seems to have like 2 different accents. Like she's Australian because, well, marsupial, well, kangaroos, you know, originate in Australia. Yeah, she seems to live in the Alps. So she also has that to her as well. I don't know. I don't dislike her, it's just, where are you supposed to be from?
Thanks for the help, Sheila. Ooh, you can have this egg I found in my...
you ever forget how to
There's also a secret area or two I always seem to forget about. Oh yeah, that's right. Hashtag gamers never look up. So they kind of changed how this works too. They changed it back to enemies give you gems now, but instead of them giving you something anyway, if you defeat them again, they don't. That's one thing that's a little disappointing, but at the same time, I get it, because what can you do unless you go back to the method in which you gave us extra lives before? So yes, Sheila is actually necessary to complete the rest of the realm. Which one should I go to next? I'll go Clad Spires. Because I like it a little less than I do Sunny Villa. I don't dislike... For the record, I really don't dislike a lot of the levels in this game. There is one level in particular... Well, there's two levels in particular later in the game that I don't like, but I'll explain that when we get there.
Generator, and I may never see a rainbow again. You'd think the sorceress would want more rain after what the sun has done to her skin.
If my wings were big and strong like yours, I could easily glide across here.
Is that Terra strong? And this level is pretty straightforward. For the most part.
The metal armor those enemies...
As if we don't know this by now. Charge metal enemies, flame the big ones. Also, anyone else find it a little far-fetched that the enemies can just carry lightning bolts like that? That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. And shouldn't metal be able to conduct electricity? I'm just saying. There I go, questioning video game logic again. I love how some of the eggs are just out in the open. Like, really? Stephanie. Yeah, I got nothing again. I'm sorry. I don't really like this version of the song. This one's a lot more endearing.
Well, if it isn't my favorite dragon. The sorceress has put me in charge of guarding these bellows. However, I might look the other way if I was distracted. Counting gems.
Sure, whatever. No way, you doofus.
No? What else are you going to do with all those gems? Buy flying lessons? That was a good one. Oh, yes. Precious, precious gems. Well then, Spyro, you may now use the bellows anytime you wish. Best of luck on your little egg hunt. I haven't made such easy money since the sorceress mistook that mayonnaise for sunscreen.
So he admits it. So he's a con artist to everyone. Even the antagonist of the game. Okay, that's actually a little bit endearing. Still don't like the guy. I think that's a common consensus with everyone, though. Nobody likes money bags. Those Rhinox do look like opera singers, so that is actually pretty funny.
You activated the bellows. Maybe I can get the cloud generator working again.
Also, the cloud sprites seem to be named after types of clouds, except this one's just called Fluffy.
The Rhinox must have been using this thing to clog up the cloud generator.
Oh yeah, that's one thing too. The de facto leader of the area that you're in, they go back and do something in the... I forgot that leads up here. Anyway, they go back to the main hub world and do something to help you move on to the next one. It's you again, and this time it makes sense as to why you're here. The Blue Thieves. Brian. I remember always cheesing it though, and just using the Superfly power-up to get after that egg thief, because it's hilarious to do that.
We usually wake up our rangers
Stratus.
at the crack of dawn, but these mischievous spirits are stopping our bells from ringing.
Ask not for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee.
Do you want this doodad? It fell out of the belfry.
I didn't see what the name was. Sorry. Wasn't paying attention. No more gems in this area. Never hurts to look. Would you look here? We're back at the beginning of the level. However, there's a little bit more to it now. Since the cloud generator is back up and running. Some areas that were inaccessible are now accessible. Rain. Needs to be doing that where I live. We're in the middle of an unusual drought right now. It's supposed to be an El Nino summer, and so far, of course, it's not officially summer yet. Huh. So those things look like the sun. They have the symbol of the sun on them, and they spit fire. Well, that's a little unoriginal, but, you know, Claire. I mean, the dragons are magical, so... What? What? There was an invisible wall there, and it led to my death. Thanks, game. And it almost happened again. Oh my god. I almost fell to my death again because of an invisible wall. That's not how this works. It's not how any of this works.
Our sun has gone out. We can make
Cumulus.
one with our lava fusion cauldron and 3 sun seeds, but they keep burning out before we can get them in the pot. Step on the switch to get a fresh sun seed and keep flaming it until you get it into the pot.
Don't worry. You didn't see anything there with that gem total. You saw nothing. Let's go ahead and get the treasure from the area before we get too carried away. This should be just 3 green gems, and there's the treasure. Okay, so how this works is that, yes, they start burning out. I love how they're wearing sunglasses. It's just a funny touch. Thumbs up.
this last sun seed as a souvenir. Think it might be a dud, though.
Why do you suddenly sound like a valley girl? Like, oh my god.
Look out, Hunter. It's the scary sorceress.
I've warned you already. This place isn't safe for small dragons and pussycats.
Oh, thanks, but I think we can look after ourselves.
Try looking after this.
Come back when you finish witch school, okay?
Say, is it just me, or is she kind of cute when she's angry?
Hunter, put that away. Alright. I'll be right back, folks. I gotta go do something real quick. Alright, now I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh my! Can you help us? Hordes of ferocious Rhinox have overrun our town and kidnapped the mayor. Are you a dragon? I can't believe your kind really exists.
Says the talking lion. Oh yeah, don't worry about these Rhinox. They're kind of stupid and cowardly. Yeah, in reality, this is the first level, since these guys are cowardly and they don't harm you in any way. The big guys do, but the little ones don't do anything. I find it funny how the Roman officials actually can't do anything against these guys because they're too afraid of them.
Just let me catch my breath. And then just we showed those two bullies. If they hadn't outnumbered me 2-1, I'd have finished them off ages ago.
And they're the big ones. Now, there's something a little disturbing about the big guys in this level. Those clubs that they carry, they seem to be giant drumsticks.
This Rhinox is too big to charge.
You don't say. I gotta admit that's funny when they run into things, because they never did that in the original. That's pretty endearing. Vanessa, making my way downtown. Anyway. And it's actually kind of funny. Yes, there is an achievement involved with burning all the trees. And part of the reason why we need Sheila. That's twice now that the game has betrayed me and thinking that those are platforms you can actually land on, but no, they're not. How dare you taunt me so? Miles Tails per hour? Or Miles Edgeworth? Desmond Miles? Okay, I'll stop.
Hi, Spyro.
So, yes, here's why this is disturbing. Yeah, now you have an idea of where they get their clubs from. A bit on the disturbing side, I gotta say.
Whoa, I'm these. Thanks for the help, but I think I could have worn him down sooner or later.
I doubt it, considering you've been running around this fountain this entire time. Yet, does this imply that they're eating those things raw? Yeah.
Thank you for rescuing our town. As mayor, I awarded you with one of our famous giant chicken eggs.
Doing the chicken dance, his name is Sanders.
I'm sorry. That was the ugliest chicken I've ever seen.
Doing the chicken dance, name is Sanders. Ha! Ha! I see what you did there. Okay, so now we come to my favorite segment. Yes, skateboarding in Spyro. Now, why was there skateboarding in Spyro 3? This game is called Year of the Dragon. What year did it come out? 2000. Who was very, very popular back in 2000? Eh? Put two and two together, folks. You know who it is. That's why there's random skateboarding in a Spyro game. But the joke is, it's like, was popular? He's still popular to this day, which is very true. But this was the skateboarding. 2000 was the skateboarding boon. Could never do it myself, though. I was always amazing at the games, but I can never actually skateboard. Also, let me know if one day you want me to do the Tony Hawk games. I would obviously have to play without the music on because that music is very heavily copywritten. But, yeah, I'd be willing to do it. So, yeah, skateboarding. But yeah, I'm going to be completely honest with you all. This is part of the reason why I love Spyro 3. The fact that they decided to mix it up and add skateboarding, I didn't really think it was out of nowhere, because again, who was extremely popular in the 90s, while I could never skateboard myself, I was always good at the games that had them. Reason being is I'm a little too accident prone and unsteady on my feet to do skateboarding myself. Ow. That had to hurt.
Hey, Spyro. I found this gladiator training arena that also makes for a pretty cool skate park. I bet you can't catch all 15 lizards running around here. Just come back if you want some boarding tips from the master.
You're such a tool hunter. Just admit it. Oh yes, the lizards from Glimmer. Now, if you're off the skateboard, they will actually bury underground and there's no way for you to catch them. And obviously the ones that are on the balloons you can't catch at all. If you don't have a board. Yep. I was always afraid I was just going to break something very important besides the board. But, yeah, I remember this era fondly, back when skateboarding was all the rage. It was a fun time.
Hey, that was great! And while you were boarding, I found this in a lizard burrow.
Emily. Alright.
Alright, if you can catch all the lizards before time expires without... Go get them,
So yeah, this is a little more difficult because sometimes the skateboarding can be a little unwieldy. So, it's very easy to mess up. And if you mess up, well, that's all you get. You have to start the whole challenge over again. But, fortunately, this challenge is only mildly frustrating because of that. Okay, that wasn't my fault. That wasn't my fault. And of course, it has the gravity-defying aspect of Tony Hawk as well.
Whoa, that was sweet!
That was truly sweet, dude! Yeah!
You can go for the course record now if you want. Whenever you hop on a skateboard, a timer will start.
So, the course record. Time to show off some of my mad skills. That was bad. That was just bad. It was like today may not be my day. Ah, so close. So close. For some sick air. Ah! Nope, not quite. What even is the chorus record, come to think of it? Cool, it doesn't say. Alright, never mind. There we go. Booyah. Big gulp and orange crush, huh? Let's see what you guys were doing here with that. Yeah, I knew that was going badly. I think it's 10,000, I want to say, is the chorus record. I love how I do 3 and it doesn't count. Oh, never mind. Absolutely killed it. Never mind. We're good. I'm thinking of another level where it's 10k. But we'll get there.
Look, a chicken turned up. I hope it's not the only one left.
Even if it is, getting another one's not exactly difficult. I guess it does have to be at least one rooster, though. One rooster and one hen, though. So that complicates things a bit.
Hey, Spyro. There are Rhinox everywhere. Maybe I can find some peace and quiet at the top of this tower.
Alas, I have lost my love. She's being guarded by evil Rhinox at the top of yonder tower. Can you rescue her for me? Alas.
So, the last game we had Romeo and Juliet, now we have Rapunzel. Okay, then. Are you going for, all of the old fairy tales? Of course, I guess Romeo and Juliet's not really a fairy tale, it's a tall tale. But anyway, tragedy, rather. Play? I don't know. It's something. You get what I mean. An old story. Oh, Sheila, so much for peace and quiet. Also, Sheila the kangaroo, not exactly the most original concept. You know, pinch me and call me Sheila. And I think I annoyed any Australian viewers I might actually have.
What? Marco sent you here. I've got a restraining order against him.
She needs a little more Valley Girl to her. If she's gonna act like that. Woo! Okay. Ow. Of course. It's always in the beginning of the level. Hashtag gamers never look up. I love how he has nothing to say after you rescued her. Air quotes. Rescued her. Alrighty. I'm saving that one for last because it's going to mess my total up.
My portal is working. I'll see you at the beach.
Now that definitely is Cassandra Lee Morris. Because I can hear the Morgana in her.
This is a balloon that will take you to a new land. But we can't use it until you bring back one person from each of the 5 worlds.
I love how oddly specific that is.
While I was gone, my friends borrowed the Reignited submarine. Then they took it for a joyride. And then they smashed it into a big pile of rocks. Oddly enough, the Reignites failed to see the humor in their actions and stuffed my friends in the jail cell behind you.
Ah, the old trope of jail cells. Everyone knows that those things have holes in them. Okay, these guys are jerks, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. Ain't much to that submarine, is there? Is that a chicken or a duck?
Summary of your progress.
No, it's a turducken. There we go. Let's combine 3 different species because we can. Jason. I have a good friend named Jason. I guess that counts for something. Okay, so the birds, when they were throwing these barrels at us in Zephyr and Spyro 2, okay, they had the barrels stuffed down their gullets. I guess in this game, the Rhinox are just going to pull their the barrels out of their butts, I guess. How much space is up there, huh? And how much of it is rent-free? Actually, I don't think I want to answer that question. Never mind, I retract that entire statement. Anyway. Oh, wow. You know, at least show a dispensary or something, because they at least did that in the first game. I don't know, you can use a little more imagination. Some. Tell you one thing that lives rent-free in my head. The soundtrack to this game. Well, this entire series. Oh, wait a second. I'm overthinking this.
You can hover to...
I know, Zoe. You don't need to remind me. We're way out of the tutorial mode of the game. Well, that's one way to get yourself doxxed, folks. Don't say things like that. I think I'll just say pocket dimension. Yeah, there's a good explanation. Pocket dimension. Because all sorts of media characters have pocket dimensions for whatever reason. So, the Sheila mission in this level is actually kind of difficult. Reason being is, you don't have that much health, you know.
Trying to take down a Rhinox fortress.
Oh, and fun fact, even though she really shouldn't be able to, yeah, she can swim. It's not very good, but she can. Jared. From Subway? Nah, less said about that guy, the better.
Hi, Sheila. The Rhinox have built a fortress on our beach, and we're going to blow it to smithereens.
My recommendation, ignore the enemies, get as many of the turrets as you can. Since you're on a time limit, this is the best piece of advice I can give you. Also, what are hitboxes? I should not have taken damage there. But the thing that makes this hard is, yeah, you have these enemies, and there's only one chicken over here, and that's all you get. Did you just...
Wow, I can't believe I survived that blast. It's a good thing I kept this egg nice and safe in my...
Okay then. How does that work?
Our beach is your beach.
Mikasa Isukasa? The seals never responded in the last game.
Stay, get a tad if you like. Our beach is your...
Ah, the emotes, they're so... Oh, yes, they are so expressive. You know, there's phoning it in, then there's phoning it in. Oh, Octopi. Probably one of the more cliche enemies to add. That or squid. Take your pick.
My plan worked. That dumb octopus dropped the jail key while he was shaking me. Now I can free my friends. Oh, I forgot to tell you. One of the Rhinox had this egg in his lunchbox.
So you're telling me that they're going to eat these things? That's horrible. What? And yes, there are always holes in a jail cell. Everyone knows this. Or, you know, in any form of media, the guard's dumb enough to drop the keys or leave them somewhere where they can get them.
To test our ultra-high-speed superfluidity tunnel. The good news is that it made it to the end of the tunnel where the tunnel was chock full of Rhinox and floating mines.
Yeah, they actually mean that. You have to make it through here without missing one of these guys. But beware the mines.
good fluid dynamic characteristics. From now on, all of our submarines will be egg-shaped.
Is that how most submarines are shaped anyway? Again, hashtag gamers never look up. You would never... Most people would never think to look up here.
Ludo the Rhinoc has challenged us to a naval battle. Our speedboat versus his nuclear shark submarine. If we win, we'll get the dragon egg he's guarded. Like what he said. Okay, good luck. Just remember.
So this is a bit unwieldy is my problem with this. What are hitboxes? I didn't even hit the guy. You telling me that counted? Also Bluto, eh? Not the most original name in the world. Also, his shark submarine was way more intimidating in the original. Well, that was easy.
That's the first time Pluto was ever lost. You dragons must have a ton of talent. I hope this egg was worth all the trouble.
They actually changed the dialogue of that seal. He used to say, have a lot of talent for someone so purple. What's that supposed to mean? But I can see why they changed the dialogue, because that can be taken entirely the wrong way. I remember there being an interview as to why Spyro was purple, but I don't remember the exact details of it. It's actually pretty funny. Oh. Yeah, there's one there. Where's the last one? Yeah, that used to be way harder. The submarine battle. Why was it was so easy? Like, I wasn't even trying. Being completely honest here, I wasn't even trying. Appears to be in the Sheila area. No? No? Hmm. Must be in the beginning area then. Hmm? Then where?
Driving that submarine was a blast! Next time we're going to borrow the Reignited speedboat.
Maybe not. Yeah, it might be a good idea to stay out of trouble, really.
I can't wait until the Reignited build a new submarine.
Next time it might be a good idea to stay out of trouble. You know, then you won't end up in a cell again. Just saying. One thing I miss about Spyro 2 was the charming intro and outro videos for each world you go into. Okay. And now we go to the level that's going to throw off the gem count. Oh well.
At last, my portal is working again. Come visit me at the Tiki Lodge.
Sounds good. Good sir.
Rhinox are running rampant around here, but I can't get anyone out of the Tiki Lodge long enough to do anything about it. Well, it looks like it's just you and me. I'll keep a lookout while you sort out the Rhinox.
Also, they're all named after some sort of stone. Also, Molten Crater is apparently where Gulp and Crush are from the last game. Little piece of trivia. So, yeah. Gulp and Crush came from this world. Weird. Here, Ricky Gulp! I love the fact that there's fire slugs around here. I don't know. It has some very weird charm to it.
Be sure to keep your friend.
Here, take this egg. They were giving them away at the Tiki Lodge last night.
Curly. Whoop, 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 whoop. So yes, this is why you can't complete the level, because the rest of the gems are in that section that requires a character that you unlock later on. Yep, they do that to us again. You know, you would have thought they would stop doing that after maybe the first time, but oh well. So as I mentioned, yeah, the level is not you have it's one of those where you have to leave and come back once you get a certain ability. You know, one of those situations that nobody likes. And this is why we can't have nice things in games. And of course,
Spyro, you're just in time. I saw 2 egg thieves run through this door. Well, actually, they paid me to guard their hideout, but that's irrelevant. I'll happily let you through the gate to chase them down for a small finder's fee. Very well, Spyro.
Get lost, loser.
To you. Maybe if we both just hold hands and think happy thoughts, the thieves will decide to return the eggs themselves. Thank you, Spyro. And best... I guess those egg thieves are going to get what's coming to them. It's too bad. I always sort of liked those guys.
oh, money bags.
Are you the dragon looking for all those eggs? Because I saw a shifty-looking character with one over there.
What accent are you going for here? Like, I don't understand. So I love how you're supposed to supercharge that wall, but you can't. You can just go right through it normally. Oops. I guess they left that in accidentally. Nee, 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 nee. Hold hands, think happy thoughts, and sing Kumbaya. Is that what you're going for, there, Moneybags? Get over here. Every time I think I'm getting ground, I'm not. There we go. Moira Brown. Or Moira Quirk. Over to you, Mo.
Right, there goes another one. He was really fast. Maybe if I act.
Oh, Daddy. How to get this guy. Grr. This is why I never like Supercharge. Did I just overshoot him? Did that just happen? Well, that's a thing. I didn't know that was possible. Could overshoot this guy. There we go. Off to the moon with you. Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Those guys ought to be locked up.
I agree, good sir. Yes, quite. Now let's get out of this world.
Let's head on over to the balloon.
There's no reason for me to just yet. Barnacles. Yep. Of course there's speedways. You expect there to be a Spyro game without speedways? So, I'm going to go ahead and do the races now, because they are tedious and annoying, and way more annoying than the time trials are. Especially since the speed boosts are recommended, but they're very hard to control otherwise. Once they change how these speed boosts work, because they seem a little easier to control now. I love it when games get patches. Because it's like they realize their mistakes. So let's address the elephant in the room, essentially. So, yes, fun fact. So, the PAL version of this game, i.e. the European version of this game, every speedway had the same theme. I never knew this for the longest time, but apparently the version that I rented from my local video game rental place, had the European version of the game. I don't know how they obtained it, but they did. John. How generic. So do they do the, No. Okay. So yeah, instead of, time trials work a little differently this time. Instead of them giving you, extra time, you only have so much time to beat it. And, they used to just give you the gems based on, the enemies you defeat. Or the tasks that you accomplish. But, it looks like they don't do it in this version. But again, you only have so much time to complete it. And, they don't give you any extra time anymore. Also, Sparks gives you some advice. Take it. But 10 seconds to spare. Okay, so after you do that, you gotta find Hunter because we're doing this again. There's one... Here it is. There's a big mushroom that he's hiding in.
Whoa! A bunch of sheep and flying saucers just came out of nowhere. Looks like I'll have to hop in my plane and teach him some manners. Look out, sheep! Whoa! A bunch looks like I'll... Look out, sheep!
Yes, the countermeasures actually do something to him. Which I find hilarious because, but unfortunately, he doesn't scream in terror when he gets destroyed. It was funnier in the original, because he does. Okay, we can't be a kamikaze pilot. Got it. What? What? That didn't clip me. Oh yeah, the funny part is you can actually take out the dandelions if you want to. They do nothing, but it is funny that you can do that. What? Now, someday after playing these versions, I will go back and play the originals. But like I said, my Spyro 1 disc is pretty messed up. I'm going to have to get a new one. We'll get this one fixed.
Check it out. The squad leader had abducted this egg.
Tater. Tater tots? We'll try again later. We don't even need to be here anymore! Okay. So now that's done. Time to fight the boss. You know how this goes.
The balloon's all ready, sir. Just
land closer to the sorceress, Spyro.
I guess you'll just hop in the balloon now. Don't ask me how it works. I just showed up for the punch and cookies.
Hop in the balloon whenever you want, Spyro.
This balloon will take you to the great Tiki Lodge in the sky. Just jump on when you're ready.
So, taking a hot air balloon to the next area. How original. And I will say that Moneybags is 10 times worse in this game. He shows up everywhere.
Carefully, you stupid girl. I'm only going to ask you one more time. Why haven't you disposed of that infernal dragon?
I tried to scare him off, Your Highness, but he's just not afraid of anything.
Not afraid? Not afraid? Why have I been training you all these years? Use some magic! Here's a spell book. Whip up a monster and eliminate him!
Kill him?
I don't care what you do, you useless brat, as long as you get rid of him!
Okay, let's see what we got here. This ought to do it.
You can't keep me caged up in here forever. You there, get me out of here. This is unacceptable.
You, come here.
Oh my. What the devil?
And time for the first boss of the game. Don't worry, he's not too difficult.
When I heard the sorceress was planning to ambush you, I got here as fast as I could. No worries though. This wussy green toad will be no match for the two of us.
Why can I never seem to dodge stuff like that? It's weird. Not too hard. Whee! I don't know why it does this, but whee! So next we have Midday Gardens. Yep. Starting to see a concept here, folks. Sunrise Spring, Midday Gardens. Get the theme now.
Okay, Dragon. You've managed to survive longer than I expected. But you haven't the slightest idea what sort of dangers lie ahead of you. I suggest you grab your cat friend and whatever eggs you found and hightail it back home while you still can. I'm telling you this for your own good, you know.
I love how her demeanor changes as time goes on. How she goes from cocky and arrogant to a little less mean-spirited, showing that she wasn't necessarily evil to begin with. Dave, what a very common name, simple name. Is there one just named Steve? Yes, I think there is, actually. 2019, huh? Can we go back to that year? You know, it was before all this mess happened. Let's go ahead and get this one. Because now it's the year that we're in. And now it isn't anymore. I see Peak. I actually like that. Like that world. It's pretty neat. I think this area is called a world, and then those are all called realms. I really don't know anymore. Also, I heard the na-na-na-na-na. That was easy. The great and powerful Trixie! I had to. If I can make a joke out of these names, I will.
See ladders or walls that look climbable. Just jump onto them and you'll grab them with your claws. When you see ladders...
Oh yeah, I remember this world. I like a lot of the realms in this world. They're really, really good, actually. Even the Speedway has charm to it. Mushroom Speedway was kind of like, to me, though. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so one thing we're going to do is, once we unlock the next character, we're going to... Modesty. Well, at least you're being honest. But But yeah, we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone once we get the unlockable character here. And finish up his world. Super Flame, eh? Well.
Hi, Spyro.
Oh yeah, fun fact. You can actually cheese this.
Hey, Spyro! I'll see you in there later.
You know, are there more than 4 planters, or are there seriously just 4? Mant. Mant. So we have a lot of common names in this world, huh? I see. Well, modesty is not a common name by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know. That's all of them. Alright, let's free the guest character.
Ah, my good friend Spyro. The sorceress caught this naughty bird letting off rockets in her fireworks factory. But I'm willing to release him into your... Oh dear, Spyro, you really should pay up. I think he's pining for the fuel. Ah, my good... What a sucker! That is... It's a far, far better thing you do today, Spyro, than you have ever done. And, well, so forth, etc. You get the idea.
Sergeant Bird, 90068. Awaiting orders, sir.
I think you'll have to find your commanding officer for that.
90,068.
Those things.
These are the latest military hardware. BBX-9 rocket launchers, state-of-the-art.
So why didn't you use them to escape?
Because I have limited ammo, and I wanted to conserve it. For this.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
I thought dragons had all been dead for 1,000 years or something.
Well, the rumors of our extinction were slightly exaggerated. We just wanted a little peace and quiet.
Well, if it's peace and quiet you want, you should stay clear of my homeworld for a bit. I reckon I'll be blowing up Rhinox for weeks. Cheerio!
You know, I've got to say, though, I like Tom Kenny's earlier take on Sergeant Bird.
I have to train the hummingbirds. They must be in peak physical condition if we're going to take on the sorceress.
This looks like a job for the Home Monitor!
So, the situation is this. Yesterday, at 1845 hours, the Rhinox invaded. We defended...
6:45 p.m.
But without your leadership, we couldn't put up an effective resistance. By
7
1900
p.m.
hours, the rest of the squad was captured, and the Rhinox had complete control of the base.
Corporal. So, Sergeant Bird is an interesting case because he's a penguin, obviously, who was rescued and raised by hummingbirds. So, because of that, you know, something very funny happens. So, he can fly, which I find hilarious.
I recommend you take the enemy out with your rocket.
And he has a targeting reticle, by the way. The rocket's home a little bit, though. That's one thing to point out.
Carefully placed rocket blast should take this door down, sir. Sir, I've captured the enemy rations. They won't march far on empty stomachs.
Siegfried. I won't give away the surprise.
The Rhinox had blocked the way out of this next cave with a security door, and I don't think you'll be able to blast your way through this one. I recommend you land on the weights and carry them to the pressure-sensitive security switches on either side of the door. When in position...
I miss the squawk, though, when he gets hurt. Because that's actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Sir, the Rhinox...
Request permission to cheer, sir! Hip hip hooray! Request per...
It's those point us. It's amusing. It's so amusing.
Keep fighting a good fight, sir. Well...
And I understand why, and now I understand why, I'm your commanding officer in this situation.
Keep fighting a good... Mission accomplished. It's great to have you back, sir.
Ryan Lee. Not sure I get that one.
So, we need to rescue the rest of the squad before we can launch a raid on the sorceress's castle.
Bums away! Another thing, too, is the flying is so much slower in this game. Another reason why I prefer the original. Well, one of the reasons why I prefer the original.
Reporting for duty, sir.
So is common soldiers or privates, and then his right hand is the is a corporal. Well, I guess I can understand why he's just a sergeant then. He does outrank all of them because of that. It's all the gophers. Bums away. Now, one thing I don't like about this is the camera is very unforgiving in this version.
I'm ready to be debriefed, sir.
You know, I never realized the Ace of Spades in his helmet. That's actually very on point for a character like this. I kind of like the original version of this better. The echoing sounds nice. Yeah, the flying is a lot slower. Also, Sergeant Byrd was such a popular character that he's one of the playables in A Hero's Tale, which I acknowledge as the true fourth Spyro game. At least until Activision decides to do the 4th game. Because there have been rumors going around for quite a long time about this. So yes, the camera is very unforgiving in this section. But I know how to do it.
Before I was captured, I recovered this egg from the enemy, sir.
Also, Siegfried and Roy, for those who don't understand that reference.
Orders, sir.
There we go. And now, because we've unlocked Sergeant Bird, now we can fix the gem total. Okay, so now we need to go back to the previous realm.
I've assessed the situation. We need 5 brave souls to operate the whirligig.
Now, the Sparks upgrades are kind of different now. So, in the original, he gained the ability to point out gems and warp Spyro to previous worlds. But the problem is, now you can do that no matter what. So, I honestly forget what they do now. But we'll get there in a second. First, let's go fix this gem total, because it's really bothering me. Yeah, see, the enemies don't drop anything.
A game of hide and seek with my friends. If I can't find where they've hidden their heads, they won't let me join the Tiki Lodge.
Yes, this is kind of disturbing. Also, yeah, so we have these toucans surrounding the tikis that you're supposed to rescue, or impeding your progress. Now you can take them out, but they respawn. So I guess you could say we're attacking toucans. Okay, can't go that way. So one thing I like to do is I leave that last one there for last because it's obvious where the head is. Woona! Wait, you're not the princess of the night. How many references do I have? I'm chock full of them. Let's see, where have I not been? What just happened there? It's like the game's having problems now since I got hit by that toucan. Is that what I get for making bad puns? Okay, we haven't been up here yet. Also, this is kind of disturbing that they can apparently just do this.
Take this egg as a sign of your honorary membership to the lodge. The event's never happened before. I hope it's not a bad omen.
Also, considering these guys are living rocks, now that makes sense as to why the Tiki Lodge is this lava-filled hellscape. Yay! Now I don't have an annoying gem total. That's only going to last for maybe an hour or so. Okay, so we're not entirely done.
Okay.
With Sunrise Spring. There's one more thing we've got to do.
Spyro, I found an egg, but only Sparks will be able to reach it. There's a small hole that leads to a crawdad farm.
It's a bonus world, but it's mandatory to 100% the game.
Hello, Sparks. Before you take on those nasty crawdads, I should give you some help. To start, let's practice shooting. Press the attack button to shoot these... That looked like it hurt. Maybe you should have tried to shoot them.
So yes, it's like a top-down strafe shooting game. That's what this boils down to, which is hilarious. And yes, you can charge them. These guys are blue like thieves, and you can just munch them, which is weird.
Now for the hard part.
How is this hard? Strafing is like Shooters 101.
On your travels, you'll notice butterflies that give you health, just like in the Dragon World. Not only that, but some
I love the power-ups in the game. They're actually so cool. And yes, there are gems in the level, because of course there are. And they like to do the thing where you have the respawning enemies. And I do have a suggestion. Ignore a lot of the power-ups. Just kind of hang on. Just kind of leave them lying around because you might need them to kind of like clear the crowd in a room if you need to. Also, these doors are color-coded. You saw how we got a red key? Well, you gotta go into the red door. What? No. I would go through the green door with the red key. Ah, it's just a refill. Oh yes, these guys are a little tougher, but not by much. Invincibility, eh? Okay. Charge! You can't do anything to me! Charge! Wait, where's the yellow door? Oh, that's the yellow door. I see. Uh-oh, we have a spawner with a barrier. There's the blue key. Oh boy. This might be a little tough. This might be a little tough. Ha! Now you can't respawn anymore. Mwahaha! Rockets, eh? Interesting. Yeah, these aren't particularly hard. If you know anything about, like, shooters, top-down shooters like this, getting them into one corner, one little hallway is not particularly difficult. And that's all you need to do. And you can even strafing diagonals. And boss time. Why does this crawdad look a bit like Sir Dan? Why did the Crawdad King sort of look like Sir Dan from Medieval? And that's it. Top-down shooter has a meager amount of gems and 1 egg.
Nice work, Sparks. You've beaten the Crawdad King and found the lost egg. Not only that, but some of the dragon magic seems to have rubbed off on you. Now you can pick up gems when they're even further away from Spyro.
Okay, so let's head back here. And we are now done in Sunrise Spring. We don't have to go back there for any reason. Okay, so let's see, what level do I want to do next? Because all these levels are really good in this world. Well, Spooky Swamp I don't have some nice things to say about, but we'll get there. Ow. What was I thinking for a moment there? Apparently I wasn't.
I was supposed to meet Doug to go ice fishing today, but Rhinox have blocked the path with ice, so I can't get through. I've been trying to clear the way with this cannon, but it doesn't even shoot straight. I haven't been able to hit a dang thing all morning. Shot the ice block, eh? Must be beginner's luck.
Yes, I am clearly Canadian, eh? I'm sorry. Did That's playing with your head. Using the environment to your advantage is what that was called. Now, for the longest time in this level, I could never figure out what this was. It appeared that there were gems underneath, or it was just a reflection. I really could not explain it. So it's like, there has to be is that just a reflection, or are there actual gems under there? So what you gotta do is you gotta fly, hover, then head bash. And then now you can get underneath that ice. Alternatively, you can do it a little more, you can do it more easily later on in the level, but I like to do it here because it's much quicker if you do it that way. Oh yeah, that's one thing I liked about this level was, this was the first level where the enemies emoted being thrown off cliffs. But they don't do that in this version, it seems. Your air guitar needs work, buddy. Bullseye. Also, fun fact, this was once I think this was one of the demo levels for Spyro 3. This, Molten Crater, and I think Sunny Villa were all demo levels originally. Ah! Well. Oh well. I guess it's better to die of my own stupidity. I like the original better when you fight those enemies because they laugh like like that campy kind of evil laughter. I don't know, I find that more endearing. Come on, man. Why are you trying to get through all that ice with a stone pick? You need an iron pickaxe for that. And there's my Minecraft reference for the day. So what's interesting is those enemies actually appear in a boss level later on. Also, you're going to have a little revelation about those ice blocks. Of course you're here.
I put up ice blocks this morning so Bob wouldn't beat me to the ice fishing hole. If you want to try out the hole, you can borrow this fishing lure I've been using.
Yeah, I'd be crying too if I was being used as a fishing lure.
Use our gondola whenever you want.
This place is getting too dangerous. If Doug wants to go ice fishing, he'll have to haul his lazy butt down here.
I love how there's only 2 of those guys in the level, by the way. It's one thing I always found funny. Oh yes, by the way, yeah, this is an ice level that I like. You know how rare that is these days? Maynard. Yeah, pretty much. I don't blame you. If sleeping was a national pastime, I would definitely be a shoe-in for wannabe champion. Nah, there's no way I'd win a world championship with that. Okay, so there's an interesting skill point here. If you can make it to that island where that red thief is, you actually get a skill point. And yes, you can just completely cheese the one of the egg thieves if you do that. Skill point. Okay, now I get this egg thief. And the red one, as you would expect, is a lot harder to capture than the gold one is. Which I find weird. Whoa, Black Betty! Bam the lamb. Alright. So, yeah, that makes this that much easier if you already get... If you go ahead and snipe that, red thief immediately. Oh. That's... Oh. But how you're supposed to do it, because I actually cheated there. What you're supposed to do is take this whirlwind up here, and then you get the ability to fly to that, glide over to that platform. I just completely cheesed it. Ain't it great? I love it when you can just break things. I've been breaking games so much lately, it's absolutely hilarious. Like, you all saw me completely cheese some levels in Super Mario Sunshine. But yes. I love being able to cheese levels like this. It has become my thing these days. Breaking games has slowly become my new pastime. You know, I never realized how much slap bass there is in this level. I like it. How do you... I seem to be brain farting on how to get up there. Maybe it's later in the level? Sure, I'll take a free one up. Oh. Duh. Yeah, so where you're supposed to do this is from up here. But I show you how to do it a lot faster. A lot earlier than you're supposed to. I'll be fair with you too. Sparks' last ability is kind of useless. He can just burst open some chests, and that's all he can do. Breeze. I've been attacking Toucan's reference. I guess I gotta make a Lucagen reference now. Anyway. I know that's not how you spell that. But close enough and then when it comes to this game.
Step right up, Spyro. Behind this door is the single greatest show on Earth. That's right, ice dancing. Season tickets are...
Take off, hoser.
You don't want to pay? What are you saving your money for? Another sequel?
I see what you did there.
We're a cultured sort. I have to hurry in myself. I'm one of the judges for tonight's performance.
Of course you are.
Tonight is my big ice dance performance, and these hockey players are ruining it. Every time I start my routine, they come in and smack me. Will you please help me perform my ice dance? Thanks.
What is she? I forget. I know how she sounds in the original, but what happens when a hockey player smacks her? She just goes, hey. That's it. She just goes, hey. In the original, she goes, oh, gee. I don't know, man. Have you ever seen the hits that hockey players do and take? Yeah, that's not very, reassuring there. Hockey is very clearly one of the most crazy contact sports in the entire world because of the knocks and the hits that the players take. Ugh. Yep, that's all of them. They showered roses with her in the original. Oh, there they are.
He threw this egg at me instead of a rose. Why don't you have it?
I wonder who that was. That darn Russian judge.
Maybe you can be my ice dancing partner in the next Olympics.
So, yes, it's a very strange escort mission. So, yeah, needless to say, hockey players have my respect because I would never be able to do that.
Oh, well, shoot. Fiddly-fo, bro! Gabling-gablo, goodbye!
We should help her.
You're kidding, right? She nearly toasted you.
Yeah, but she was aiming at you.
That's it.
That thing eat her. Talk about a bowel movement.
problem.
It's a good thing for you Hunter was around.
I can look after myself.
Oh, sure you can.
Would you like me to show you?
Out of magic, huh? How about I give you a jump start?
I'll deal with you later.
Hey, why'd you have to scare her off?
Tell us how you really feel, Hunter. Okay, so I think this will be the last level for the night. Let's head to Enchanted Towers. This level is both really good and meh at the same time.
Those crummy Rhinox forced us to build a statue of the sorceress. Then after we built it, she complained it was too ugly. Huh. If you ask me, the statue is far prettier than she is. Those crummy Rhinox...
You know, I kind of like the original more on this level. And with this theme, you could probably guess why it has this theme. Come on. Oh, he already has one. Those dragons are actually kind of ridiculous. Here's why I'm trying to snipe this one, but it doesn't look like I can aim that far. And it makes sense that the Rhinox would be demolitionists if that's the case. That they had to build a statue of her. But she didn't like it. Gladys. Please cover your mouth, my word. I think that's what you're supposed to do with those guys, is jump up and spit at them. Because then they'll dodge you otherwise.
I'm almost ready to reveal my latest piece of real-time four-dimensional performance art. I call it Hideous Exploding Witch number 9. Now, if you can just light the 3 rockets around here, my masterpiece shall be complete. Oh, the world breathlessly awaits my brilliant 4-dimensional masterpiece.
Oh yes, the lava wizards are back.
I forgot I hid this egg inside the statue. I hope the explosion didn't hard boil it.
But as you can see, yes, there is much more to this level than meets the eye. I'm ignoring those because this character has a specific set of dialogue that requires Spyro, you to not collect any of the things. As if it isn't obvious who's involved here at this point. Nope. Ah! I regret nothing! Oh, hey, it's you again.
Are you on vacation too? I was having a lovely time with my friend until the lava toad stole all his bones again. I'd ask you to help, but some of the toads are hiding at the top of the tallest towers, and I don't think you can fly that high. Spyro, are you...
Yeah, as you couldn't tell by the theme, this is a Sergeant Bird level.
The towers and the perimeter of the islands whenever you want me to. I'll be here when you need me. I'm ready to, but it's good to be back in action.
And this is why this has that theme, because then they can just be lazy. And, they don't have to do anything else because you're playing as Sergeant Bird in this level.
Hello, Birdie. I was having a lovely vacation with my...
I love how I locked onto that sheep in particular. I think I have the rest of these dragons. Or demons. I have no idea what they are. Right in the butt. Ow. So, yep, just a bunch of flying around the higher areas of the level. Since Spyro can't do it, for obvious reasons. It's the only way to knock out these guys, and then get a couple specific eggs. That rocket, like, went complete. went a complete 360 just to hit that guy. That seems a little unnecessary. A fun fact, because I used to know life this game, I was able to get more than half of the bones without using Sergeant Bird. How? Because I had no life. I enjoyed testing things when I was younger. Today I often question if I still have a life. No. What is this life you speak of, and where can I get one? Nah, I jest, because I have more of a life than I used to. Let's put it that way. You know, you think Sergeant Bird would be able to pick up the rocks and use them for dive bombing?
Here, have this.
Ralph. Very normal name.
My friend is feeling much better now. Oh no, he started his bone dance again.
You say that as if it's a bad thing. He'll do it repeatedly if you keep coming back and talking to him.
What did you have to come back for?
Is it just that chest now? Cool. Okay. That makes my life easier. Okay, where's the portal? Let's go ahead and get Spyro back so I can actually finish the level.
I'm ready to patrol. I'll be here.
Don't want to go that way yet. Yeah, I used to think I was so slick because I was able to get more than half of the bones just as Spyro. I guess that's just what happens when you decide to break out and experiment a little. Yep, now he's pointing to the other sections of the level. So, let's go ahead and do them. Yeah! That wasn't supposed to happen! Alright. And there was a different soundtrack that played here in the PAL version.
With my pet wolf Farley, but I accidentally threw his ball down this hole, and he went in after it. Now he's stuck down there, and I feel so helpless, sitting up here, listening to his steadily softening whimpers. Don't cry, Wolf. Never cry, Wolf. I was playing.
Hey, he's a little one. That's adorable. So yeah, in case you didn't know, you're supposed to put his ball in a specific area. Because then that raises platforms for you to continue the platforming sections. Also, I love how this guy gets chased around by the little wolf. I find that funny. Of course, then again, you don't want to mess with a wolf, young or not. I felt so smart when I figured this out when I was a kid. Wait a minute. Am I overthinking this? Wait, what's going on? Did it break? Okay, well, the game broke, so I'm going to have to commit suicide here. Boy, you gotta start the whole level over? Oh well. Because I can't fault it for having problems. What does the new version of this sound like? It's probably a little better, because it's like, I hate how generic this sounds. What? What just happened? I think the game's having some problems. Arf, arf. Darn it. Not enough time.
I was playing. You found Farley. How can I ever thank you? I mean,
Liz. Fitting. Okay. Now I save the best for last. The best section for last. More skateboarding, folks! But this time, it's an actual skate park instead of it being like a training arena. So that's going to be make it more interesting. So let's just go ahead and grab the gems. For the record, I love Spyro's skateboard. Whee! Ow. Ow. That had to hurt. And there's the gems. I just hit a pole.
Isn't this the wildest skateboard park you've ever seen? Once you've mastered a few tricks, you could really rack up a huge score in this place. What do you say I show you some moves? Let's start with something easy. You can jump off the end of ramps by pressing the jump button. I'll show you how to do it once, then it's your turn.
Pardon me. If anyone heard that.
Okay, now try to... Hey, nice.
What happens if you fail? What does he say?
Whoa, you must...
Oh, nothing. It's actually kind of humorous.
All right, you nailed it. Now let's see if you can do a 900. Get as much height as you can. Spin 2.5.
Duh! The 900!
Now that was a 900. I have to admit, you've got some skills, Spyro. But before you get too... Wow, you learn really fast.
The Raging Grip Toe.
Master Boarder. Speaking of which, I was just practicing this nearly impossible new move that I call the Nasty Nork. I had just about pulled it off when...
Sweet Caroline. Bum ba ba.
I think you're ready to try some... All right, whoever's...
Oh, Hunter. Time for me to show you up. Ow. Don't. Nasty Nork! Oh yeah! I rule! Ow. Nasty Nork. I gotta love it. Ow. I win.
I can't believe it. How did you get so good already? Who knows? Maybe someday you'll even break my course record. Nah.
Oops.
You can go for the course record now if you want. Whenever.
I believe the score is 10,000, I want to say. And now, Raging Ripto, bye-bye. Aww. Man, I can't have landed to save my life. Grr. Might need to do more sick tricks like that. Do a sick trick. Raging Ripto. What? 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 You tell me I can't land that? My word, what is going on? I'm going to retry this because that was just abysmal. Like, what is going on with me today? Ow. I guess this is my hubris. I was taunting Hunter, and now I'm doing horribly. Can I just not? Can I not? Booyah! Well, that didn't quite go as planned, but whatevs. Whatevs. There's the nasty Nork. And a half-pipe leap. Now for some spins. Get a little air. There we go. Booyah!
You can go for the course.
Ah, perfect timing. Well, all I gotta do now is leave the level, and we are golden, folks. So, after performing a bit rather below par for skateboarding, I think it's time that we call it a night. So, we should be able to finish this game, if not get close to the finish of the game, because honestly, this game's one of the longer ones when it comes to Spyro. So, hopefully we can get it somewhat farther. Unfortunately for me, the next level that we are going to is one I'm not particularly fond of for one specific reason. One of which you're all going to find out before too long. So, until next time,